Happy Wednesday. We're back. I'm Max.
I'm Ross.
We're your favorite local car dealers, clunker connoisseurs, and we have an exciting announcement this fine Wednesday. Our waste oil disposal system of the gallon jugs that the oil comes in has been dealt with. It is no more. We yesterday we loaded them all up into my truck and took them to a dumping place and got rid of the jugs. And then we got this bad boy off Facebook Marketplace for 25 bucks, big old 55-gallon drum. And so now the guys will actually come in and
pump it out
for us. We don't have to like collect it in all these stupid little jugs and then go take care of it ourselves. So that's always fun. And then in the last video, we told y'all we would check in and let you know what we made on the CRV and the Kia. And if you look behind me, the shop is totally empty except for that one. That one's mine. And what did we make on each one of those?
We made, actually, lucky enough, we made 1,700 bucks on both.
On both of them. And it took, what, 2 days for each one to get in, reconditioned, and sell. So that's, what's 17 plus 17?
Don't ask me to do things like that.
So we move them quick. We get them in, get them out. You know, that's the best way if you're going to be bottom feeder car flipper dealers like we are. I mean, sell good cars, don't lie to the customers, disclose everything, and sell them cheap and fast, because, you know, we get good deals on these cars, but it's like, what good is us sitting on $599 Honda CRVs? Doesn't serve any good. So we just get them in, get them out. Now we're on the hunt for more cars.
Update.
We're bidding on a couple right now. A really clapped out Honda Civic, like really clapped out. It's up to, we're the high bid at 450 bones, and it hasn't met the reserve. So, you know, who knows what they're going to counter us with. There's 40 seconds left in the auction, and another Kia Sportage at Pete Kia, our favorite place in the world.
You know we love a Sportage.
So good news on the Sportage, we met the reserve. So as long as nobody else puts any bids, we shouldn't get into a bidding war, and we should get it for 750 bucks.
About 17 seconds.
You can see up here, we were bidding on 4 other ones, and it took them all off. But all those people that were bidding on those cars, they got more money than sense, that's for sure. Because we pay the most for the crappiest cars. Sure and do. Some of these people were willing to pay a lot more than us for a lot of crappy cars.
They're crazy.
They can have them. I'm good. I'm super good. All right, pulling up to Pete Kia. We're gonna go pick up our $850 Sportage, so.
Would have been $750.
Yeah, if it weren't for whatever that other guy's name was.
Unbelievable.
But I know, what a clown. He's just bidding us up to bid us up, but we are here. We're gonna see how bad this thing actually is. They were awful quick to, they had a very low reserve on the auction, so.
I think the reserve ended up being 700 bucks.
Yeah, the reserve, I think it was 700 or 750, so.
This shopping cart in the middle of the road.
Just bump it, we're in a Tahoe. She is, keys in hand. Good old Pete Kia making it easy like always.
It's not bad.
It looks okay right now. Didn't notice that in the inspection. We just double checked. It was in fact there, so I guess that's our bad. That's a pretty decent dent.
But I mean, the rest of it though, it's pretty clean. The tires are in good shape. We're not gonna have to put tires on it. Fob works. It's a manual. I don't know if we told them that. It's not bad. It's not gonna be that hard for me to clean this thing up.
It's exactly like all the other Sportages. All, what, 4 of them, 5 of them?
Well, this one's 4-wheel drive. I think, I don't know if we've ever shared that story.
We did. We talked about it briefly before, but we had a 4-wheel drive Sportage and the rear diff was blown up. That was like one of the first cars we ever bought before we opened.
Like 3.
Oh, and we lost so much money on that thing. So hopefully this one doesn't have the same thing, because it's got way more miles on it. This thing's got like 230K, but 875 bucks or 850 bucks, can't lose.
Can't lose.
All right, y'all know what time it is. Will it start? Brush the Pop-Tart off of the seat.
It's strawberry?
Dude, it totally was strawberry. Oh, it runs great. No squeaky belts. It's the first Sportage we bought without a squeaky belt. Well, we were driving the Sportage back to the shop, and so far so good. It runs good, it drives good. The only thing is it sounds like there's a whining coming from the rear end, so I don't think it's diff. It might just be road noise in this thing because it's built like a tin can. You know, I wouldn't want to crash it, that's for sure. But it could be a wheel bearing or something, but drives great other than that. I don't know if you can hear it behind me. It's kind of a whirring noise. It is a new day. We bought another Ford Escape. For some reason, we just can't get away from Ford Escapes and Kia Sportages, but we haven't been burned on a Ford Escape or a Kia Sportage yet, so we always make good money on them. So as long as we're making money on them, we're going to buy as many as we can get our hands on. This one is in Grand Junction, which is even further than the last one we had to pick up in the mountains, which was in Glenwood Springs. And you'll remember the last time we took the truck, the old heavy Chevy somewhere with a trailer down to Colorado Springs, it broke down and it was doing super weird stuff. And then, you know, we did a bunch of work to it and tried to diagnose what was going on, and we found exactly the square root of jack that was wrong with this thing. And so I still have no idea why it, you know, left me on the side of the road and why it was breaking up and doing weird stuff, but it drives fine now and everything runs good. So I don't know, I'm gonna go grab a trailer and we're gonna go on a 8-hour road trip in this thing with a Ford Escape strapped to the back. So if it's gonna break catastrophically, it is probably gonna be today. So, well, we didn't make it very far. We only made it up the first hill in Evergreen, and the transmission started getting really warm again, and there's not even a car on the back. It's, you know, it's only about 70 degrees today, so it's not that hot. But the trans started getting a little warm, coolant temp started climbing just a little bit, and so I think the old 6.0 is not quite up to the task today to go pick this thing up, at least with a trailer on the back. So I'm still not sure what's going on with this thing, because it definitely should be able to handle the ambient temperature we have today with a load and, you know, a trailer on it, no problem. I mean, that's what it was made for. So I'm almost back to the shop now. I just turned around. We're gonna pick up Ross, and we're gonna pick up one of our buddies, Zach, and Ross is gonna hop in his Tahoe, and well, Ross and Zach are gonna hop in the Tahoe, and we're gonna cruise up there together, and we're gonna take the heavy Chevy just to see, you know, what the temperatures are like unloaded with it not in tow haul mode, cruising up these hills. Because I'm kind of curious. I've driven this thing like on a trip like that, or at least for that long, without a load on it. I'm usually always pulling a trailer, and so I kind of want to see if it'll do the weird stuff we've been experiencing with it, you know, unloaded as well. I'm pulling into the shop. We're gonna grab Zach and Ross, or they're gonna jump into Tahoe, and we're just gonna rip up to Grand Junction and have a little convoy.
Well, we were supposed to do a check-in when we stopped at the gas station. Naturally, we forgot. You got me and Zach in the Tahoe. But we're almost there, and drive's gone well so far. The Tahoe is doing great. After we fix that clacking lifter, Max's truck is happy, healthy. Starting to think it's like a cooling problem, why it keeps getting so hot, and it's just not pulling a trailer well. So we're gonna dive into that more here in the near future. But for now, we're going to get our Escape. Zach's driving it back. He said if the AC doesn't work, he's pulling over in protest and making us come get a trailer to bring it back.
All right, we're about an hour out of Grand Junction. We just stopped in Glenwood Springs, where I picked up that Escape with the trailer last time, for some snacks and a little bathroom break. We got Ross and Zach, who you just met, in the Tahoe behind us. And the heavy Chevy's doing good. It does just fine without a load on it. And then as soon as you hook a trailer to it, it starts like overheating and the transmission starts getting warm. So who knows what's going on, but it's running fine now, and we'll have a little convoy coming back, which will be fun. We got all our walkie-talkies, which is up there. So we're just hanging, eating snacks, and we're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully the Escape doesn't leave Zach stranded on the side of the road. Well, we're here. Everybody made it. All the cars made it in one piece. We got to go inside, grab the keys, and then after we grab the keys, we're on a mission for some gas station rollers. Because when we stopped, when we stopped in Glenwood Springs, Ross ran in there like a little cockroach and stole the last one. So, you know, as car dealers, gas station rollers are a staple in our diet. And the reality of a road trip without gas station rollers is not a reality I want to be a part of. Got the keys, well, 1.5 keys, and we found the car. So now it's time for our favorite bit. Will it start? We'll let Zach do the honors and see.
Let's see.
It starts.
Yeah, because it's fucking hot.
It is hot. Good thing the AC works, or you'd have been in for a long ride
He
home,
said he
Zach.
was going to complain the entire time if it didn't work on the radios.
Well, I was kind of expecting him to complain the whole way back either way.
Regardless.
Right, regardless.
I got him an ox.
Oh, so he'll be fine.
It's even Bluetooth. Anyone need a bathroom break? Toyota's bathroom is pretty nice.
An energy drink and some rollers.
Applaud. You feel better?
Yes.
So far, mission massive success.
Dude, we got rollers and energy drinks. What more can you ask
I was
for?
banned from getting an energy drink, so I got a tea.
That's because you've literally already had 2 today.
And a coffee. Or a matcha, whatever you got.
I didn't get a coffee.
Not even the president gets to experience a convoy as spectacular as this. A clunker convoy, if you will. Finally, I think we're able to figure out what was going on with the truck. So Ross and Zach are still back there behind me. But coming up Vale Pass, I was full throttle and I was like, man, it feels really weak for a 6-liter. Just felt down on power. And there's no load. The bed's empty. There's no trailer behind it right now. And it finally threw some codes coming up the hill. Like when it started bucking a little bit again and it just felt down on power, even though it was running fine. But it finally threw 2 codes coming up that hill. And it was a PO101 and a PO332, which is knock sensor 2, low circuit input, and mass airflow sensor range performance code. So that's a good thing. That means we finally narrowed it down a little bit, and so it's going to get knock sensors, intake gaskets, and a new MAF, and I'm pretty confident at this point that should take care of most of what we're seeing. What's up? It's a new day. It's Tuesday, and we got back with this thing from Grand Junction. What was that, late Saturday night?
Yep.
And so, yeah, that was fun going out there. Sometimes you do things just because they're fun, not because they're efficient. But it felt,
It was a lot.
It felt good, like getting out of the shop and just like having a little road trip with the boys. That was a great time. But Ross doesn't work Mondays. I work Mondays. He works Saturdays. We got this one sold yesterday, and the Kia sold yesterday. We made $14.99 on the Kia, and we made a slim 1,000 on this guy. So
1,025.
yeah, 1,025, something like that. So that's awesome. They're sold. Now we're out of cars again, so we got to go try and find some more. But that is all for this installment.
And we'll check in when we get our next clunker.
Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.